Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good evening. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little stream for you lads and lasses. Late night, back in the garage studio here, my friends. Proper ghetto, just like Manchester United's transfer window so far. How are we all doing tonight, guys? Thank you very much for joining us. I want to give a special shout out to Jonathan Gallagher and the Gaming Simp at the start of this show for being members for 27 months and 6 months, respectively. And they both say we want the bloody Glazers out. Let's get some hashtag Glazers out in the live chat for these legends. Thank you so much, guys, for being members of this channel. And welcoming everybody to the stream. I want to say shout out to the Gaming Simp there, as I say, long-time member of this channel, and Berber, his alter ego, legendary legend. Jonathan Gallagher, how are you tonight, mate? JK, we've got the Rooster in here. What's going on? Must Play. Thanks for joining. Philip Chapman, Duke of Rodtown. JK, how are you? Nathan Anazi, hello to you. Uncaged Squid, Stephen, Johnny, Niall Kane getting in here raw. Naz786, Boomy, Mark Coughlin. Everybody, how are we all doing tonight, guys? Duncan Belifo, Garnacho and Cheese, Boomy, Rajat, United Tactical Talk, let's go. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us for the show. Do us a favor at the start of this one. Smash that like button on it. Give it a massive thumbs up. Smash a 1 in the live chat if we're coming through loud and clear. Obviously, this is a new, well, not a new setup. It's an old setup, but we're back in the garage, mate. My brother's staying with his familia at the moment in the house. And so I've been chucked in the garage, mate, haven't I? So I could do these late night streams without waking up kids, etc. So smash a 1. Let us know I'm coming through. I can see the ones coming in the chat. Thank you very much. Also, special shout out to Stephen, who's been a member here for 4 months. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you, Stephen, for being a member. He says, Sue. Thanks for that. Enough of that, Cristiano Ronaldo guff bag. But thank you, Stephen. And shout out to Mark N, MUFC fan, for getting his highlighted member comment in here. Thank you, Mark. He says, it's United. We never buy in July. Hashtag Glazers out. Well, we bloody should buy in July, mate. The reason we don't buy in July, it's not because it's United. It's because of the fucking shithouse Glazers, mate. That's why. Because they've been here for 17 years. And so they don't want to buy us league players at the start of the window because they're mugs, mate. These are the sort of fucking prannies that will take all summer long, fanning and fitting and fanning around. Rather than signing Marouane Fellaini for 19 million, we go and wait until he signed a new pigging contract at Everton and buy him for more money than we could have got him for a couple of months earlier because we got no fucking plan A, mate. We go plan B, C, D, E, all the way down to bloody plan Z, which means we got a pretty complete bog brush head Marouane Fellaini. That's the same owners. We got the same pigging owners here, guys. So we're dealing with the Glazer shithouses because they're still here. This is a classic Glazer shithouse transfer window so far. Make no mistake. But anyway, we'll get into all that in a moment. Do us a favor at the start of this stream. Hit that thumbs up button if you haven't done so. Drop a little like on this stream. Give us a boost up on the algorithm. Share it around on social media if you want to do that. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and get in there raw and say hello like Mr. Rush Marno, who says, we want Glazers out. Thank you, Rush Marno. You're a bloody legend. Mark N says, exactly, my bro. Exactly. Classic Glazer shithousery going back from post-Fergie, really. Fergie papered over a lot of the cracks for these wank stains. But let's be real, guys. You know, you got Spurs signing Maddison. You got Arsenal signing Havertz and Declan Rice, seemingly. Lots of teams. City signing Kovacic. Man United signing Fukin. No one from the fucking J-League, mate. You know, what's the deal here, guys? I don't understand why Man United are incapable of doing any business whatsoever. It's just classic. Classic Glazer shithousery. Classic Glazer gash-tastic tactics. And I've had enough of it. I'm sure you guys have as well. So, you know, really, where we at, guys? Where we at in this window so far? We haven't been able to bring any players in because, well, I guess it's because of the Glazer shithouses still being here. We want to sell the football club as soon as possible. Basically, we are going to be playing catch-up until these guys are out of this club, which could take a considerable amount of time. We are seeing share prices and things like that rocket up at Manchester United, which... You know, we're hoping there's going to be a completion of this sale very soon. We're hoping that these Glazer parasites are going to be out and they're going to stop being, you know, a parasite on the host that is Manchester United right now. We could get rid of them. You know, we need Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith to come into the gaff and get rid of this fucking alien parasite. It's actually, we've had enough. We just want to continue with our football club in a new era. get a new dynasty on the go, so to speak, with a new owner. Okay, there is positive news on Sheikh Jassim. There is positive news in regards to, him being a favourite to come in. So, there's some news today. Qatari Group, this is reported by Bloomberg. Sheikh Jassim's Qatari Group is increasingly confident that it's won the bidding for Manchester United. Those within the inner circle of the bid have now begun communicating their confidence of victory and believe it is now a matter of time before an announcement. And you're seeing share prices rocket up. You're seeing, the belief that this sale will be completed very, very soon. But it hasn't completed just yet, guys. And that means we're going to be left behind in this transfer window, missing out on targets galore. Harry Kane could be going to Bayern München. I mean, he might not. He might stay in the Premier League. He might elect to join a club like Manchester United. But one thing's for pigging, sure. He's not going to be joining Man United if we're not putting any fucking bids in for the guy. We have to actually try and buy these players. We actually have to go in and buy and put bids in and negotiate with these teams in order to buy players. And while the Glazers shithouses are here, sitting on their bloody thumbs with all their different bloody stained thumbs and fingers in all different pies all over the land, there's no doubt that they're not going to be doing that. They're not going to be putting big bids in for people like Kane. They might talk a good game. They might pretend like we're going to buy Mason Mount. Do they even give a shit? I don't even think that's even really that realistic. And even if it is, we don't fucking want Mason Mount. He's bang bloody average. There's people signing for other clubs, which in my opinion are better. I mean, James Maddison, right? Let's just talk about him for a second. Who really cares, mate? He's a cheesy individual. But look, this is the latest news on him. Fabrizio Romano reporting James Maddison has signed contract as new Tottenham player. Medical done in the morning as expected. Here we go, confirmed. Just waiting for the club statement to announce a £40 million deal. Why the fuck are Tottenham hotshot able to get a reasonable priced deal done for James Maddison when we're on about overpaying for shitty Mason Mount? I don't get it. Guys, please tell me in the live chat who you would prefer to sign. Mason Mount for 40 million quid James Maddison for 40 million quid or Mason Mount for 65 million quid. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me. I believe we're just talking about it, so we've got something to talk about, so the Glazer PR guff machine can make it seem like they're actually doing something when they're not. Who wants to deal with Chelsea? Who wants Mason Mount? Nobody. That's who. Or, Stevie Wonder and co want him. I feel like Maddison would be a better signing for Manchester United at this moment for the price. So there you go. We missed out on him. Harry Kane. We want to sign Harry Kane. Bayern München putting in £70 million bids for him. Could potentially miss out on him. We've just seen Havertz. Not that we wanted Havertz because he's shite. But Havertz just signed for Arsenal. Here it is. Official, confirmed. Kai Havertz joins Arsenal on a £65 million deal. By the way, Arsenal have had their pants well and truly pulled down on that one. £65 million deal from Chelsea. Medical completed over the weekend. He will wear the number 29. They've been mugged right off, to be fair. They have been mugged right off, Arsenal. What the fuck are they doing paying that sort of money there? It's unbelievable. But I'll tell you something, though. They've got ambition. They're prepared to go and spend that money. They're prepared to go and do the business. They've signed Havertz. I think it's gash, but they have signed him. Now we have a look at Declan Rice. Look at this. More after agreement on fee between Arsenal and West Ham for Declan Rice. They've agreed a fee of £100 million plus £5 million in add-ons. £100 million plus £5 million in add-ons. What Arsenal are prepared to pay for Declan Rice in this window at the start of the transfer window. Guess what? West Ham have accepted the deal. Of course they've accepted the deal. It's an insane offer. Are they really going to get another offer like that anytime soon? Probably not. So there you go. Documents are being prepared to be checked in the next 24 hours between the two clubs. Personal terms agreed weeks ago. Final green light on payment terms is expected soon. Then here we go. So basically, I mean, it seems like City are out the running. It looks like Arsenal are going to be in there for the dub. And that is a big dub, if you ask me, bringing him into the football club. And that's ambition. They're spending the money in order to do so. When I can't believe the day that we're actually seeing Arsenal having way more ambition than Manchester United. It's a disgrace. So there you go. They're going to get Declan Rice by the seams of it. And we're going to be scratching around, potentially overpaying for shitty Mount. Thank you to Chris Koo for getting his highlighted comment in here. He's been a member for 14 months. Thank you. He says, what's up, Pig and Bacon Brigade? The time has come to get these yank you-know-what out of our football club. Come on, United. Hashtag Glazers out for Chris Koo and a hashtag 14. Thank you for being a member all that time, bud. And Pal Marius with a membership comment, 26 months a member, says, get these clowns out. Couldn't agree more with you guys. I mean, this is the problem. We are being left behind by these toads, these parasites, because we're unable to do business because we're waiting for them to sell the club. They don't want to spend their money until we've got new owners, and obviously they're not going to go and spend big and have ambition to line the pockets of the next owners or to help the squad out now. I mean, they haven't even helped the squad out over the last 17 years as much as anywhere near that they should. What makes us think that they're actually going to do it as a parting gift to Manchester United? They won't. The only parting gift they're going to leave us is a fucking log in the toilets at Old Trafford, probably. Knowing the Glazers, they'll probably pay someone, a professional shitter, to come over on a private jet and do a really big one. That's the sort of fucking money-wasting bastards we've got running our football club. Zayn Miyasi, thank you for your super chat here, bud. And get out, Zayn Miyasi, you Arsenal scumbag. I know exactly what this is going to say. Rice is ours. Saw the new indie film, Time Travel Plot. You need to time travel, Piggy, and stop the Glazers buying United. Zayn Miyasi, please walk me in the direction, please. Walk me in the direction where I could possibly do that. What we need to do is we need to get Marty McFly and Doc Brown to dust out the old fucking hoverboard, mate. Get the old DeLorean out of storage, mate. Go back to 17, 18 years ago and basically just completely, I don't know, just stop the Glazers having anything to do with Manchester United. God knows where we'd be now if that was the case. You know, and maybe at the same time, do what Marty McFly does to Biff in the first movie where he covers him in fucking manure. Do you know what I mean? Just like get a big horse's cart full of shite and just put it at the Glazers' doorstep when they're about ready to go and sign the documents of Manchester United. Cover them in manure. That's what we need. We do need a time travel situation to stop these wankers destroying this club, unfortunately, which is what's happened. But, you know, yeah, look, from your point of view, you're actually doing the business. You're actually having the ambition to go after players. You're spending the money. I think Havertz is a crummy signing, but at least you've gone and spent 65 million on a player that Arteta wants. And then this one, I mean, look, I've got to take my hat off to Arsenal here, really, if it actually completes and they do get Declan Rice. Crikey, I can't really believe it, in fact, that he would end up signing for Arsenal, but it looks like it. They're prepared to spend the money. We've heard from Fabrizio that it doesn't really seem like it's going to be much of an issue in terms of the desire for Declan Rice to want to play there. He said personal terms agreed weeks ago. So it looks like that will be the case. Quite unbelievable, really. It's quite unbelievable, really. But there you go. That's what happens when you have ambition versus a team like Manchester United who don't. We should be going after Declan Rice. We should have gone in with a big money offer. We can't do that until the new owners are here, though, unfortunately, guys, because we're still waiting for the shite to leave in the Glazers. Absolutely, Mephisto says, great Scott McTominay. 100% lad. 1.21 gigawatts. What's happening at this football club, mate? It's absolutely unreal. Zane says, Timber is next for us. He is next for you. Yeah, that's right. You will go and get Timber. You are spending the money. I mean, Arsenal spending is going to be in excess of a couple of 100 million in this window very soon. Again, this summer, you've already going to be spending 170 million just on 2 players. So I can't really deny you are spending the money. You are having the desire. Arsenal actually trying to win the league this season. That's what's disgusting. They're actually trying to fucking win the league next season. And what are Man United trying to do? Can't do anything really at the moment. Ten Hag's hands are tied. I'm sure Ten Hag would love to go out there and spunk the cash on all these great players to bring in and improve the side, but he can't. His hands are tied because of the shit-ass Glazers currently still having the stranglehold. Do you know what? Fuck these guys. I've had enough of these fucking prats. What are they doing? Sell the club if you don't want to be here. If you don't want to spend the money, get some players in. Prepare us for the new season. Fuck off. Just accept the business offers on the table. Do you know what I mean? We've got offers on the table from Sheikh Jassim, even shitty Sir Jim Ratcliffe, mate. You know, it's like we can have some sort of deal done where they're making billions each. All these guys are going to get $1 billion each. 6 billion for the football club. Sheikh Jassim, just get it done so we can move on with our lives. That's all we want as Man United fans. That's all they surely want, is to walk off into the sunset with their fucking £1 million each in the bank, you know, and have that professional shitter fucking meet them at the other end, probably. These are complete scumbags. What are they still doing here? Why are we still having to go into another transfer window with these fucking absolute stains on the mattress of humanity running this football club? That's the reality, guys. Why? There's the 7 months this has been going on. 7 bloody months. Babies have been born in a lot less time than that, prematurely, and gone on to have fruitful lives. Why the fuck have we still got these, I don't know, these fetuses running the football club? It makes no sense, does it, guys? So accept the offer. There's great offers on the table. Sheikh Jassim's got a spanking shining offer on the table for you. 6 billion to fuck off. That's all you got to do is accept the money and do one. and actually let us fans continue with this football club, because we actually care about the club. They don't care about the club. We care about the club. We want to see what's best for the football club. We want to see the club sign new players, new talents, move on, challenge for things, not just be gas-tastic top four trophy merchants, but actually try and win some stuff. And in order to do that, I'm sorry to say, in this day and age where money rules everything, that's what you need to do. You need to go and spend money. You need to invest money. You can't just get by doing the mediocre minimum anymore. You can't, even for a huge club like Manchester United with the academy and bringing through players, and you can't do it anymore. You've got to go out there and spend big. That's what Arsenal are doing. That's what City are doing. That's what all these teams that are having any sort of challenge for the title are doing, because that's what you have to do. We'll be left behind even further if we don't start doing that. Zamiassi says, who would Maguire play in Back to the Future? Zamiassi, who would Maguire play in Back to the Future? Probably George McFly, to be honest, because let's face it, George McFly might be a nice guy, but he's a fucking melt stain, isn't he? He is. He's a melter. He gets bullied by Biff, mate. Do you know what I mean? Martin McFly has to go back and fucking protect him and beat up Biff in the fucking cafe and stuff. He's probably George McFly in disguise, that guy. He's just a melter, mate. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's a nice guy, but goodness me, nice guys finish last. And in the case of Maguire, where he's got the pace of a bloody slug, that's completely true. Must places, but Pig, we can't spend big if we have financial fair play on our asses. Really? Why can't we tell City that? Do you know what I mean? They're the fucking bastards who have gone and spent themselves for a decade. But no, you say that, but we can do some business. We can get rid of players. We could generate £100 million from player sales. We've got reported 120 million to spend. We can spend 200 plus million this summer. That's what we can do, 100%. I don't care what anybody says. We can get rid of players. We can get them off our books. We can free transfer these mounts if we need. And we can certainly get players sold if we really want to. If we're going to start again, look, all these players are going to the fucking Saudi Arabian League. Why the fuck can Manchester United not sell any players to the Saudi League? You know what I mean? That is unreal. That's like not being able to sell Curry to a pisshead at this stage. The way that they're just acquiring players over there and they want any old melt. You know what I mean? Why the fuck can't we sell them Maguire? Why can't we sell them some of our gas players? Tony Martial playing for Al fucking Ittifaq or whatever the fuck these teams are called. You know what I mean? Why can't we sell these players? Why can't we get Scott McTominay going to play for fucking Al Ittifaq? Why can't we do this, guys? I don't understand. Like, there's other teams that are doing it. Get rid. Like, surely there's deals to be done. We can generate cash. Dean Henderson, get him off to Nottingham Forest. You know, what is the big deal? So it's easy to sell players. We just can't do it because we price them out of the market. There's a bloody club. There's this new league over there in Saudi Arabia. It's not new, but it might as well be, who are acquiring every single bloody Tom, Dick, and Harry for huge money and paying them well to do it. So, you know, we don't have that excuse anymore. It's just that we've got a bunch of fucking lemmings who'd rather jump off a cliff to their own death than do any sort of actual decent deal selling players, it seems. So, you know, I'm sorry to say, there's no excuses. We can generate cash at this club. It's just that we've got a bunch of fucking absolute stains running the club from the top down, it seems, who are incapable of actually doing any business, whether that's bringing players in or selling players for any sort of decent money. It's shite. Guys, sorry, I'm just catching up with the live chat here. Okay, so thank you to Reaper King for being a member 9 months, #9. He says, much love, Don and Bacon Brigade Legends. Thank you, everyone who's in here, by the way. Smash the like button if you're just joining us. Hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to have your say. Zamiassi with a super chat here. What have you got to say for yourself now? He says, Piggy, what match will be your first meltdown? Do you know what? Just fuck off, mate. There you go, Zamiassi. I don't want to talk about meltdowns. I don't want to talk anymore, really, about Arsenal. The reason I'm talking about Declan Rice to Arsenal is just to more so highlight the fact that we are going to be left behind if we don't start buying players. And it's big news, obviously, the big business that you guys are doing. But I couldn't give a toss about talking about your Arsenal Hollands, really, other than to say that they're actually having and showing the ambition to try and improve this season and to challenge for things, and we're not. So, you know, just shut up, mate. It doesn't mean that Arsenal are actually going to win the league. They're just trying to spend money to challenge for the league. And let's face it, they won't win the league because they're perennial bottle merchants, lad. The season we've just had is better than the season you've just had, the best one you've had for 20 years. What does that say about Arsenal? Complete melt. You might as well be Spurs, mate. Shut up. So, you know, don't even get me started. But look, the fact is, guys, It's unacceptable what's taking place here. We should be spending money. We should be buying players. We should be having ambition, but we can't because we've got the Glazers still here. They need to fuck right off, guys. Simple. There you go. What can we do to expedite this? What can we do to speed this up? I don't really, I'd love to know what you guys think, but really, I think that the Back to the Future analogy makes sense. Go and really leave a big, massive cart of horse shite at their doorstep. We need to seriously protest. We need to make these guys go. I mean, I guess it's not going to make it happen anytime sooner, is it? They know that we hate them. We know that they're dirt to us, and we would not accept another season under Glazers' ownership. So it's a case of, I guess, just hoping and praying that these wankstains sell up and decide to accept Sheikh Jassim's offer, essentially, and go. That's what we need. So let's get a hashtag Glazers out in the live chat immediately. Thank you for your highlighted comment. Kieran, being a member for 12 months, he says hashtag Glazers out. Thank you so much, Kieran. Fat Chinese Gaming, hashtag 6-month member, says once the Glazers have left United, I'm confident that Man United will challenge for the title every season. Hashtag Glazers out. Very well said from you there, FCG. There's no reason not to. As we've gone over this many times before, look, United's a great club. We've been a great club in the past, and we will be a great club again. Unfortunately, under the Glazers regime, we've not been a great club. Even when Fergie was still here, the cracks started to appear. Luckily, we had Alex Ferguson, who was able to continue and sustain success for a brief period while the Glazer shithouses were still here. But as soon as he's gone, it all went to shit. And, we've had this horrible ownership for a long time now. Once that has stopped, we've stopped the rot and actually been able to get somebody in who cares about Manchester United and is prepared to go and spend, i.e. a super rich billionaire such as Sheikh Jassim. Man United will be on the right road to being one of the best teams in the world again. And we should be, with the history and the tradition that Manchester United have got. There's nobody that can rival us, really. I mean, what sort of club can come back from the brink of the Munich air disaster, 1958? These poor souls losing their lives to 10 years later, and not in the current era where you could just go and buy shitloads of players and reassemble a new club. But no, 10 years later, being able to win the European Cup final against Benfica. What other club can say that they can do something like that? The history of this football club is amazing. It's unparalleled, in my opinion. I might say that as a United fan, maybe there's a little bit of bias going on there. But if you actually consider the history, the tradition of what United have done, look at us in the Premier League era. How shit have United been for the last decade, yet we've still got the most Premier League titles in the modern Premier League era. That tells you the level of dominance we had during the 90s and the noughties. We are a footballing dynasty, my friends. That's what Man United is. And we should be up there at the table with the pantheon of greats such as Real Madrid and Barcelona and AC Milan. Not right now, but you know what I mean. And Bayern Munich and all these sorts of teams. We should be in the same breath of a handful of a few select teams. Not Manchester Shitty, not these mugs, not these cheats. It should be Manchester United. And there's no reason for that not to be the case, really, other than our owners have completely disgraced us. Absolutely, DNM. It's the most romantic club in the world, mate. Man United gives me a semi-on. That's right, I said it. They really do. The history, the tradition, the stuff we've won. You're absolutely right. It's romantic as fuck, bro. I can't see another football club that has the same level of romanticism like you say about United. It's tremendous what we've done over the years. It's just a shame that we've got the worst owners in the game. Absolutely sing games. He says 1 billion fans can't be wrong. Drunk Vigo says Manchester should be red, not blue. I mean, look, history-wise, it's red. Recent years-wise, they've obviously done a really good job. They just won the bloody treble. It's a complete disgrace, and they cheated their way to the success that they've had, and hopefully it gets sorted out and they get punished for their disgusting behavior since Sheikh Mansour's bought the football club. They probably won't, though. And it's just a reality that at this moment, they are the best team in the league. They shouldn't be. Manchester United should be. We can be again. We can be again. Football does go in cycles. But say something, with those Glazers cracking the whip, it's the only cycle that is going to be happening is a cycle of shite. Precisely Kane's gaming channel. Look, they might have just won the Champions League. They might have won however many bloody Premier League titles they've won now. I don't even care, to be honest, to know the number. But 6 or 7, or whatever the fuck it is that they've done now. But it's not 13, is it? It's not 20 top-tier titles throughout football in history. It's certainly not. It's not 3 Champions Leagues like Manchester United. So, there's only one club in Manchester, if you ask me. Manchester is still red. It might be slightly tinged a little bit purple around the edges and whatnot. But essentially, they're going to have to go a long way and continue to cheat for a horrendously long time in order to even rival what Man United have done in the history of the game. That's the reality. But unfortunately, they are the team that's winning things right now. Berber says, Avram can have all the money in the world. He will always look like a fucking nonce. So true, lad. So damn true, mate. These rat-faced Glazers are a disgrace to humanity. They're not just a disgrace to Manchester United, lad. I like that one, Berber. It's so true, isn't it? You can, people say don't judge a book by its cover. I disagree with that. I say judge the fucking cover, mate. If it looks like a nonce, smells like a nonce, talks like a nonce, it's probably a nonce. That's what I say. Thank you so much there, Berber. I appreciate you, lad, getting your opinion in. Absolutely. Anyway, look, guys, smash that like button on it if you haven't done so. If you're just joining us, we're going to have a more passionate debate in a moment. We are going to have a Q&A at the end of the stream. We are going to get into some transfer news and stuff. Just want to get this off my chest, and I'm sure a lot of you are sharing in this absolute disgusting debacle of a situation this summer already, with the Glazer pretenders still here and not buying us players. We haven't signed any fucking players, guys. Where's Mason Mount? We don't even want him, but where is he? Maddison's gone in Spurs. Kane's being tempted to Bayern Munich. Arsenal are signing players. I mean, this is wrong. We should be capable of bringing in players. Look at the whole situation with David De Gea. Okay, look, you could say what you want about whether or not De Gea should be here or he shouldn't be here. Maybe the time is right now to end his relationship with Manchester United and move him on. But look at the actual way we've been handling this situation. I think it's poor. I think it's really poor, in fact, the way we've dealt with it. And we have dealt with players in the past poorly under the Glazers regime. We don't respect these players enough. He should be getting a fanfare, to be fair, with his departure at Manchester United, not dangling a carrot of a new contract in his fucking mouth and then pulling it out when he's about to chomp down on it. It seems weird. Listen, I don't know the true story behind the scenes. Not a lot of us do, but if you hear reports, okay, maybe it's been a couple of months, maybe a few months have elapsed since that offer was on the table. I mean, that's different, isn't it? That's not the case of, we've recently had a negotiation with you and the offer's there, and are you going to sign? And you've signed, and then we pull the rug out from under you. That's different. You can't say, hey, mate, I'll buy your car for £1,000, and then in 3 months' time expect that that deal is still on the table. Things change. Get extra miles on the clock, whatever the case may be. Maybe the market changes. So you can't expect that to be the case. But certainly I think the way that we've treated David De Gea is poor. Either get rid of him and make that decision early on, or sign him up to a new deal. Don't do what we've done with him currently, which is just dangle the carrot there and then take it away. I feel like we've treated the guy poorly. I feel like it's more indecisiveness from Manchester United. Why are we incapable of doing the right thing, whether it's signing players, selling players, signing new players up to contracts? Why are we incapable? We've just got a bunch of idiots and donkeys running this football club. Thank you, Matthew Smith, for your super chat here, my friend. He says, Glazers are making an absolute joke out of us. Completely agree. What a disgrace. Thank you, Matthew Smith. Let's get some love in there for Matthew Smith. Completely agree with you, mate. They are making a joke out of us. It's become a mockery now. We are a laughingstock. I think most people, rivals as well, even Zamiassi with his 2 brain cells to rub together, lad. He knows that once Manchester United get the right owners, we will be a force to be reckoned with. We're a sleeping giant, we're one of those dormant volcanoes, if that's what you want to call us. We're like bloody Pompeii or something. At some point, we're going to spew hot lava out all over the townspeople, and when that day comes, it's going to be a sight to behold, because we are literally a sleeping giant. Burbus is discussing that with De Gea. Yeah, I mean, look, okay, he can go. That's one point. But you can't be so indecisive to mug somebody off that way. I think it is poor what we've done with David De Gea. Yeah, that's right. Vincent Billis says, David De Gea saying, I am tired. Yeah, United till I die says, yeah, it's horrible. De Gea gave his all and we just screw him over. I get it, he needs to go, but United has some decency. Spot on, my friend. There's ways to go about it. This is not one of them. We could easily have decided, we could have had the conversation with them and said, look, we're going in a different direction. We're going to sign a different goalkeeper. We're going for Onana. You've been a fantastic servant to this football club for 11 plus years. You've been player of the season more times than anybody in that time. And you've been absolutely tremendous. Good luck to you, Dave. enjoy, mate, testimonial income in, etc., blah, blah, blah. But no, what do? We act like we don't want him, act like we do want him, do the hokey cokey, and we turn around and then we shaft him. And that is not the way to treat legends of this club. He is a legend of this club. I don't think any of the current squad you can say is as big of a legend of this club as De Gea. Yeah, Schmeichel and Van der Sar, better goalkeepers, bigger legends. Maybe they won more things. But right now, who's the biggest legend in this football club, guys? Answer that question in the live chat. Which player is the biggest, would you deem to be the biggest legend currently playing their trade at United? I mean, De Gea's actually got a Premier League winners' medal for United for a start. And he's been here being our player of the month for many, many years. So, yeah, player of the year, I should say. So there's no real debate in my mind. He's a legend of the club. There is levels to legends, but he's certainly a legend. So the fact that we've done this to him, I think, is poor. We should have made the decision a lot earlier for him to go. Yeah, exactly, Rushmano. They did the same to Rio and Evra. Told Rio Ferdinand in the Piggin Tunnel that we're not going to renew his contract. And Patrice Evra, I know, shocking regime. And okay, there may be slightly different people in charge, that wanky banker potato head human stain on the mattress of life again. Edward Woodward may not be here anymore, but the lingering stench is still there. There's still a bunch of absolute minions doing the Glazers work. And all the Glazers are caring about, like they've always ever cared about, is making money for themselves. Making money for themselves. That's why this club is in record debt. We're 700 plus million pounds in debt, which they have never chipped away at all, really. They might have said they've done it. They might have shown they've done it at times. But why are we still 700 million pounds in gross debt? Makes no sense. They just have languished this club. They've used us as a chip to bargain for certain deals, commercial revenue that they can bring into the football club, and they've kept us in debt. United shouldn't be in debt. We should have gross debt of 0. With the amount of money that this football club generates. So that is everything, really. They're just complete slumlords. So, yeah, absolutely disgusted, so angry with these guys, and just want them gone, as I'm sure all of you do as well. Liam says Rio is Varane, Vidic is Martinez pig. Well, yeah, I like that. That could be the potential going forward for us. Varane, I don't think he'll ever live up to Rio, to be fair, because let's face it, Varane, he's just an injury-prone melter. I love Varane. I think, actually, he is class. If you could keep him fit throughout an entire season, maybe he could go on to have that sort of impact for us. But he will never be Rio, will he? Because he can't stay fit. He's not fit and able to continue on and be the stalwart in the side like Rio was, to be fair. But he is obviously a great player. Those two are the best defenders we've had since Rio and Vidic, no doubt. Jonathan Gallagher says United should be a club or class, not disgrace. As a club, we should be the best club in the country because of the history we've got and the fact we've won the most things. Don't think you can deny that. Plus, we've got the biggest fan base around the world. And in terms of commercial revenue, we generate the most money because we are the biggest, most supported, best English club out there with the best history and tradition and everything. That counts for something. We're able to generate cash. Yeah, you know what? City can pretend. They can pretend like they generate the money. They can put money through from empty-had airways into their coffers, however which way they want. But we all know that Manchester United is the biggest moneymaker in this league and has been for a long time now. So, yeah, there's no doubt that United should be the best when it comes to that. But in this current money game where Newcastle have got these Saudi owners and Man City have got Sheikh Mansour and Todd Bowley's at Chelsea and all these different owners are playing the game at the moment in the Premier League, Man United need to fight fire with fire. And I hate to say it, but the Glazers aren't bringing any fire whatsoever, are they? The Glazers, mate, what are they bringing to the table? They're trying to fight fire with bloody chewing gum or something. You know, they're trying to fight fire with a turd. That's what they're trying to fight fire with. And what happens when you fight fire with a turd, guys? Well, it stinks. That's what happens, guys. It stinks the place up. Stinks to high heaven when you try and fight fire with a turd. And that's what we're doing right now. So, you know, we can't expect to actually be able to compete at the top level, but we should do, and we will be once those tosses are out. Right, I'm going to get into the live chat, see your guys' initial reaction to what we discussed in regards to the Glazers, etc. And we are going to get into some transfer news in a bit. It's just so frustrating, disgusting. In fact, if you're just getting in the stream, the biggest headlines are that Fabrizio Romano confirming essentially that Declan Rice is really a here we go situation going to Arsenal. They've bid £100 million plus £5 million in add-ons. Documents are being prepared to be checked in the next 24 hours between the two clubs. Personal terms agreed weeks ago. Final green light on payment. terms is expected soon. Here we go. So, look, Declan Rice, a target for Manchester United, a really great young English player who could go on to do great things in the game, is seemingly going to go to those shithouse gooners, Arsenal Hollands. The next big story is Arsenal Hollands have spent 65 million on Kai Havertz. They've been mugged off, but at least they're showing the ambition. Maddison, James Maddison, a player that Manchester United could easily have gone inside. Never mind Mount for 65 mil. 40 million quid James Maddison's going for. He would have been a good foil to somebody like Bruno Fernandes. You know, Bruno played 70 plus games for us this last season just gone. We need some backup. We need some depth. James Maddison would have added that for not a huge, ridiculous amount of money either. And also, you know, Mason Mount. Look, Manchester United and Chelsea are set to make final decision on Mason Mount deal as direct talks will take place within 24 hours. Stick it up, your jumper, as far as I'm concerned. We don't want Mason Mount. But there you go. He is the only player we're realistically looking at the moment. We're being left behind, and there's other teams that are making strides and signing players and improving their lot. And what are we doing? We're letting the weeds grow at Manchester United. We are, you know, we're the football equivalent of Steptoe and Son, for fuck's sake. Harold, you dirty old man. You know, we are the football equivalent of Steptoe and Son. We've got a bloody scrapyard at this moment in time. We can't get rid of anything. It's unreal. Thank you, Chris Koo, for the super chat. He says, they kind of said farewell to Phil Jones. If they don't with De Gea and just move him on, it says it all about these twats. Completely spot on, lad. You're absolutely right. You know, you're absolutely right, Chris Koo. There you go. They said farewell to Phil Jones. Why the hell can't we do the right thing by De Gea and make the decision to get rid or sign him up to a new deal if we're going to be that stingy and not be prepared to go and spend money on another player? I mean, we are looking at Onana. There are reports about Onana. Onana, what's my name? I claim that I was the first person to ever do that, by the way. Smash your one if you agree. I see everybody doing that. Onana, what's my name? I've been saying that for fucking years. Playing FIFA when that guy used to come up the card, he'd get me to pack Onana. I'd say Onana, what's my name? Rihanna vibes. I was the first person to do that. Never forget it. But anyway, reports are that Andre Onana to Manchester United. Inter Milan executives say that 50 million euros, it can be closed. Inter are moving on the market for a new goalkeeper. So I imagine the Onana deal will be done within a few days. These are reports that are coming out. Well, let's hope it's true. If we're not going to get De Gea, it seems like we've maybe cut ties with De Gea in the most disgraceful way possible. Looks like Onana could be coming in at Manchester United. I'm all for it. That makes sense. It makes sense for us to go and sign a player that may fit Ten Hag's system. He seems cool on the ball. His distribution, his coolness at the back. It's what we need. It's kind of like he is kind of a polar opposite to David De Gea. David De Gea is a great shot stopper. Not that Onana's not a good shot stopper, but David De Gea does not possess the ability of the coolness at the back in order to play up from the back, distribute that to that high of a level. And so it would make a lot of sense for us to do that. But we still treated David De Gea very dirtily on the way out. Very dirtily indeed. But there you go. There's a little bit of news in regards to United hopefully going in for Onana. That would be nice. And it looks like David De Gea at 32 years of age could be set to become a free agent on Friday. Let me just ask the live chat, because to be perfectly fair, guys, I've said this many a time, and I'm not just going to pretend like De Gea's not been a great player for us. Keep or sell David De Gea? Let's ask the live chat. Keep or sell? And when I say sell, I just mean let go on a free, obviously, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to lose a great 32-year-old prime goalkeeper. He's in his prime right now. The prime ages of a goalkeeper, 30 to 36. He's in his prime right now. We're going to let a prime goalkeeper go for nothing, are we? He just won the Golden Glove. I'm not so sure if David De Gea is the biggest problem at this football club, to be fair. Yeah, you know, okay, he might not fit in with what Ten Hag's trying to do to the same extent as somebody who can play out from the back, and the game's changed. The game's come on a little bit since, you know, a few years back when the goalkeeper was maybe slightly disjointed to the rest of the team, and his job was just to stop the opposition from scoring. There's now a certain emphasis, if you look at how Pep plays, or, you know, Alisson at Liverpool, you've got to have that distribution. You've got to be able to play out. It's a more involved role in the team, which De Gea is not really that adept at. Tell you what, though, it's not the biggest problem area for me at Manchester United. Maybe you've got to lay the foundation, and the goalkeepers are the foundation of the team these days. If you can start your attacks off from the back, then, you know, you can play a more Erik Ten Hag suited style of football, which is what he's trying to do. Attacking, building out from the back. So I get that. But I mean, what do you think, guys? To me, I don't even think this season is the time necessarily to get rid of David De Gea. I say let's get a fucking striker first who could score some goals. We've been fanning around with Martial at the top of the pitch or Smeggy Smeghorst or all these players. Why don't we actually spend the money rather than go to spunk 50 mil on Onana, I say? Why not just give De Gea what he deserves, really, and go and sign Harry Kane for 70 mil and add 30 goals? That would take the pressure off of David De Gea making the odd mistake. He's still capable of getting Golden Glove, this guy. That would take the pressure off him, making a mistake when we can actually outscore the opposition. Oh, fact, says Mark N. Yep, exactly. Jonathan says, keep our budget is piss poor. We need a goal scorer. Spot on. Midfielder as well would be nice to come in. James Maddison would have been a decent acquisition, in my opinion. Not the greatest, but a decent squad player. Decent player who's better than a lot of the options we've got right now. Harry Kane at the top there would solve a lot of Manchester United's problems. And that's only, 20, 30, maybe 40 million more than what you're going to have to go and spend on a goalkeeper. We could sign De Gea up. He's already reportedly agreed to a lower fee than what he was being paid, which was extortionate money, to be fair, for a goalie. But if he's prepared to actually lower his wage and stay at United in his prime, what does that tell you about his affinity for this football club? I feel like David De Gea would probably walk into a lot of teams. I'm not saying every team, because certain managers want to play a certain way. But come on, if he was a free agent tomorrow, how many top European clubs would be interested in signing him up? He's an undoubted fantastic goalkeeper. So, I think we would be losing out on a great player in their prime there. Keep, says Johnny M. Thank you for getting your comments in here. Berber says Kayla Navas. Yep. Sin Game says Pig, you would be better than De Gea, in my opinion. He does some mad mistakes. Sin Games, I know you're not a fan of De Gea. I know there's a few people in the chat not a fan of De Gea. What you just said there was absolutely Zayn Miyasi-esque, lad. It was absolutely Zayn Miyasi-esque. The guy's got Golden Glove this season, playing in a pretty average defence, if we're being honest, with its problems. That was the Zayn Miyasi-esque comment right there, my friend, because he might make a few mistakes. He has made a few mistakes, some high-profile mistakes. Nobody can forget his absolute debacle in the Europa League for us this season. Or that one against Southampton. There's been some poor ones. Tell you what, that last one in the league where he's done that floppy-handed, awful save where it's gone in, and we weren't able, I think, was it against Southampton? Was it where we come back and we drew the game? I think, was it 10 men? I can't remember if it was that game or not now. My mind's melted. Tell you something, though. If we had a team worth its salt in other positions, we would have come back and that mistake wouldn't have been as highlighted because we'd have gone on to be able to actually score and win the game. Why is one mistake by David De Gea losing us a game of football? That should never be the case. The goalkeepers, last line of defense, every single goalkeeper in world football is going to make a high-profile mistake or several high-profile mistakes throughout the season because it's a very unforgiving position. Very unforgiving position. Listen, I'll tell you something now. As a youth goalkeeper, I was pretty boss goalkeeper. I'll just put it out right there. They don't call me the flying pig for nothing. Was I devoid of the odd gastastic mistake? No. Because being a goalkeeper is very, very hard. It's unforgiving. And you will make mistakes. The best goalkeepers in the world ever will make mistakes. It's about the rest of your team. It's a team. There's no I in team. But there is an I in meat pie. Luke Shaw knows a thing or two about that. No, there is no I in team. And the point is, right, is that we should be capable of undoing some of those mistakes. Definitely capable of undoing some of those mistakes. And I would argue that the high-profile saves that he makes. People like to talk about the high-profile mistakes. What about all the high-profile saves that he makes in order to win us games? Who remembers? There was one game in particular a few years back now where we beat Spurs 1-0. Okay, I know we're going back a little bit now. Some of you may remember. Smash a one in the live chat. I, no joke, think that David De Gea made about 15 world-class saves in that game. We got battered by these Spurs twats and they should have beaten us fucking 7-1. In the end, we won the game 1-0. And there's only one reason why we won that game was because of David De Gea making an unbelievable series of saves. He is a match winner on his day. And most of the time, he is on his day. The odd game, a few games a season, he's going to make a mistake, just like any goalkeeper, in my opinion. I've watched games where Ederson shat the bed. I've watched games where Alisson's pooed himself. These things happen. These goalkeepers make mistakes. It happens all the time. So I don't think David De Gea is any different. It's just that the eyes are on David De Gea because he's Manchester United's goalkeeper. And everybody loves to hate on Manchester United when there's any possibility of making a mistake. So I just think that he's a bigger match winner than he is a match loser for us. But look, as I've said before, if Ten Hag wants to go down a different route with a different goalkeeper and play a certain way where he wants somebody with better distribution at the back and play out from the back, I totally get that, and I'd be prepared for us to let him go. But me personally, that's not the position that I would start with. That's a luxury position to improve. Go and sign some real ballers out on the field. Get Harry Kane in. Get another quality midfielder in. Somebody to partner Casemiro long term. Do that. Start with that. And that way we would win more games. Take the De Gea mistakes out of it. Take his fantastic heroic saves out of it. We would fundamentally win more games and be a better team if we could score more goals. And we would score more goals if we improved the outfield positions. Jeff Madvac says, Piggy, if we're pointing out United problems, De Gea is a bit down the list. We need goals, people. Harry Kane should be top priority. Well said. Absolutely agree with you. Couldn't agree more. 0793, you legend. He says, problem is, do people only truly remember a goalie's mistakes and forget the world-class stuff they do every game? Very much true. It's highlighted, isn't it? You're absolutely right. Whereas, like, for instance, a top player, like, I don't know, Harry Kane, we're talking about Harry Kane. Harry Kane scored 30 goals this season in the Premier League for Spurs. Now, if he misses a goal, if he misses a chance, he can miss an open net. He could miss an absolute open net. And people forget about that because of all the goals that he does score. And it's not as damning. I mean, Harry Kane fucked the penalty for England over the top of crossbar against France in the Euros, didn't he, that tosser? What a wanker. You know what I mean? But he's undone that because he scored 30 goals a season for Spurs. I mean, I might not have undone it from an England point of view, but it's like people focus on so many different things rather than the fundamentally positive things. Thank you, First Class Gamer. He says, Pig, you're looking good. Thank you, First Class Gamer, mate. I appreciate you, man. Not feeling too bad at the moment, man, in terms of, from the inner sanctum point of view. Thank you very much, First Class Gamer. Good to see you, mate. How are you doing? You must be buzzing. You're an Arsenal scummer with what's going on. Pig looks different. Well, I'm going through changes. Unfortunately, I'm the only one going through changes. Man United's not going through changes at the moment. Emperor, thank you very much, Emperor Jerome. He says, De Gea makes mistakes, but some of the world-class saves, even against Man City, Arsenal, Everton, and Newcastle, kept us in the top three. He saved us more than he blundered. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're spot on. I'm not saying De Gea is the best keeper around. I've seen in my lifetime much better keepers than De Gea, even at United. Schmeichel and Van der Sar are different gravy. De Gea could never even tie their boots or put on their gloves. He just couldn't do that. But the reality is he's still been a fantastic player for us in this modern era, and he deserves the respect that he isn't getting, quite frankly, from half of the fan base. Half of the fan base would be happy to see him go for nothing, which I think is mental. I do think it's mental when we've got real problems at the top of the pitch. Mustplay says, top four, best goalkeeper in the Premier League, Alisson, Edison, Ramsdale, and Raya. Those are the levels we have to beat. Sadly, Onana or Costa isn't that great at shot stopping. Did you just say Ramsdale was in the top four keepers in the league? Holy fuck. Yet David De Gea has managed to get Golden Glove in a team that was not even had the best defensive record by a long way. And you're putting Ramsdale in there. Mate, Ramsdale or De Gea, I would have David De Gea all day long. You know what I mean? And Raya, okay, nice. He's been around for 2 minutes, lad. Try and do it for 11 years. Yeah, Ramsdale's good, must play. He's pretty decent, lad. Yeah, nice one. Try and do it for 11 years like David De Gea. David De Gea's just got into his prime. I don't understand it. People have short memories in football, guys. They have short memories, I'm telling you now. They really do. Exactly there, Berber. Recency bias. Indeed. Recency bias. Thank you, Leanne Reason says Ramsdale is on par with Pickford. I'm with you there. Okay, look at this comment here from Mustplay says Pickford is good, Leanne. Yeah, he might be good. So's Ramsdale, but we need slightly better than good. Over the years, I believe that De Gea has been a lot better than good. Okay, he might not have all the attributes in the world, but he's good. Anyway, do you know what? I don't even want to talk about David De Gea anymore. I'm just saying Man United have treated him poorly. It's not the biggest, most important position in the team, I don't think, to strengthen right now. If it was down to me and I had to adhere to financial fair play, and in a dream scenario, we had £220 million to spend this summer, that's taken into account that our budget is probably in the region of 120 million at the moment, and that we could do the actual right thing and generate 100 million by selling the guff players. I'm talking Telles, I'm talking Maguire, I'm talking McTominay, Fred even, Henderson, Martial, all these cash players that we could get rid of and generate some cash. Let's say our budget's 200 million this summer. Why wouldn't we go and spend that 200 million on a few really world-class outfield players and keep De Gea for another season? You can always let De Gea go in a season's time. If he's prepared to sign up a new deal for less money, could always have him for a little while longer. Give him a 2-year contract then. What's the worst case scenario? We get him until he's 34, and then in a year or two's time, we could start thinking about his successor. It's not the biggest problem area for us right now. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. It would make sense. Maguire will not leave, says Cavalier. I fear that you're correct. Why won't somebody from Saudi Arabia come in and pay Maguire more than we will? You know, even they don't want Harry Maguire. Even they know that he's a turd that won't flush, so they wouldn't want to go anywhere near him. You know, Koulibaly, all these old guys going in for, you know, big money to do these leagues. Nobody wants our slab. Nobody wants him. Even poor leagues aren't interested in Harry Maguire when they've got bags and bags of money. Look, I'm praying and hoping that we can get rid of Harry Maguire for some money. I don't think it'll be a lot, 25 million quid even. I'm praying that happens, and I think it's possible. Some of these lower teams in the Premier League might want to come in for him. Tim Cludden says Maguire needs to be put into a faulty submarine and sent into the Atlantic Ocean. Bloody hell, mate. Bloody hell. If only they'd have used Harry Maguire's cranium as the submarine, those poor souls might still be here to this day, mate, because tell you something, he's got a slab on him, that lad. You know what I mean? And they say pressure makes diamonds. In his case, not the case. In his case, pressure makes peanuts. That's the case of Harry Maguire, you know, because he's been under a lot of pressure at Manchester United, wearing the armband, and he's never lived up to it. Time to go. Jonathan says, wouldn't Harry Maguire want match sharpness to play for England? He's like 4th or 5th choice at Manchester United right now at centre-back, isn't he? And if United were to go out there in the window and sign another player, that would even slip down further down the pecking order. So I agree with you, what you said there, Jonathan. If it makes any sense at all for somebody else to come in and bid for him, he should go, even if he's going to get slightly less money. Because what about his future in the England side? I guess the only real caveat that he's got is that he's got a direct line through to Gareth Southgate's FaceTime. And when Gareth Southgate's feeling a little bit horny, he calls up Slabby Maguire and gets him to do a naked dance for him, or, you know, even more. And that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason, the logical explanation why I think he gets played for England all the time. If he's in some sort of fantasy Babe Station type related situation with Gareth Southgate or something. That's the only logical explanation why he gets played all the time. But he does get played all the time. So maybe even if he was playing for Kettering Town, Gareth Southgate would still play the slab. Maybe even that would be the case. So I don't know. I would like to think that if Southgate's got any sense about him, he's not going to play a player who's not really playing for his club. But he still continues to play this guy. What was our last game for England? Slabby Maguire playing at the back. How is that feasibly possible when the guy can't even get in ahead of Luke Shaw, who's not a centre-back? He's right down the pecking order. He's behind Lindelof. He's behind Varane and Martinez and Shaw. He's 5th choice centre-back at Manchester United. Yet Southgate can't get enough of him. Maguire has pictures of Gareth Southgate wearing a Pizza Hut paper bag head with a leash around his neck, being paraded around the pitch by Glenn Hoddle in some sort of S&M dungeon situation. That's the only logical explanation as well. There's a couple of logical explanations, all of which involve Southgate and Maguire being involved in some sort of blackmailing situation or a sexual fantasy situation. Those are the only logical explanations, guys. I'm telling you now. So there you go. I don't get it. Maguire to Leicester ASAP, says Johnny M. Now you're talking championship fodder. Absolutely. Berber, take him back to Hull. Spot on, Rach. How you doing there, Rach? Great to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Absolutely. Take him back to Hull. That's about the right level for the slab. Sin Game says Maguire puts the handcuffs on for him. Now you're talking. Getting a little bit kinky with Southgate. It's the love story of a modern generation. He's in front of Weghorst as a number 9, says Madhouse. Oh, Maguire to McDonald's ASAP. Well said. Right. Anyway, guys, so thank you very much for getting in here with these thoughts and comments. I'm going to get into the Q&A properly in a minute. Just wanted to talk about a few things before I do. Thank you, everyone, for being here. How many likes are we on, guys? Keep hitting that like button. Every little like helps on this channel. It's free to like the video, so why aren't you liking the video? If you haven't smashed the thumbs up on the video, basically you're a twat, aren't you? Because it's free to do so. You can easily smash that thumbs up button. That's all we ask around here. Put on this fantastic quality free content for you people. All you have to do is smash that like button. That's all it is. It takes a second. So hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do, guys. Smash that subscribe button. That's the red one that says subscribe for some of you Arsenal fans out there or people who clearly have some sort of deficiency going on. Hit the subscribe button. That's all you need to do as well. And click the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss these high-quality streams, guys. That's what you have to do. So I'm going to get into the rundown of some of the news we've discussed and some of the latest, updates. So, look, Manchester United and Chelsea are set to make a final decision on Mason Mount. If you want to know a little bit more about that, direct contacts are taking place over the next sort of 24 hours. And we're expected to maybe bow down to Chelsea shithouses and go in for a stupid, extortionate new offer for Mason Mount. As far as I'm concerned, the last one that they rejected, that should have been our last one and we should walk away. What do you think, guys? Go in for Mason Mount at 65 mil or walk away? Have your vote in the live chat. It's also expected that David De Gea is probably going to leave the football club. We've got some news on the takeover as well, guys. So in regards to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, reports are that the structure of Ratcliffe's deal has provoked opposition from current minority shareholders at Manchester United who would not be bought out. A top 3 shareholder sent a letter to Manchester United's board warning that the independent directors could be at risk of being sued for recommending a bid that favours one set of shareholders over another. So it seems like Sir Jim could be in the shit, which means that Sheikh Jassim has gone clearly into the favourite pole position to be the next owner of Manchester United. They're increasingly confident that they will win the bidding war at Manchester United after the rival offer from Sir Jim has basically been thwarted here. That's reported by Bloomberg. So hopefully there's some serious truth to that situation and Sheikh Jassim could come in. Let's get some Qatari flags in the live chat. I think we want that to happen tomorrow, today, tonight, now, in a week, as soon as it possibly can. That's all that us Manchester United fans really want, is to get the Glazers gone and Jassim to own 100% of the football club so we can start really building for the future and not just buying players, but also improving the overall football club everywhere. Renovation of the stadium. Improvements in all areas, coaching, scouting, networks, all the rest of it needs to be improved at United. It's pretty pathetic how we're not the best at that when we've got the history we have. So that could be the case, guys. And if you have just joined us, I'm sure you've heard the big headlines, but the big headlines really, which I'll just dwell on, just focus on very quickly before we move on into the Q&A, etc., is that Declan Rice is seemingly ready to join Arsenal. He's agreed terms with them, personal terms, weeks ago. And they have had an offer accepted of £100 million plus £5 million in add-ons. West Ham have had an offer from Arsenal accepted. Documents are being prepared to be checked in the next 24 hours. Absolute joke. Final green light on payment terms is expected soon. Then a here we go situation. Arsenal sign Havertz for 65 million. What a bunch of fucking mugs. Fabrizio Romano reporting that James Maddison has signed a contract as new Tottenham player. Medical done in the morning. Absolute shambles. We're missing out on everybody. Rushmano, let's have a look at these new updates that have come in, lad. Let's see what's going on. Thank you for sending us the updates live. Share price is moving quick, guys. As we mentioned earlier on, more indications that Sheikh Jassim's bid is the favourable one from the Glazers and that there's positive movement going on. This has been going on a long time, though, but we can only hope that the conclusion reaches its finished very, very soon and that we have new owners. So the share price is going up at Manchester United, which indicates potential new sale coming in. Andre Onana has been linked to the club, obviously, and that's the case. Funny how there's reports from Fabrizio that James Maddison has reached an agreement with Spurs. Some old tweets have been dug out from 2012 and 2013 from James Maddison, which is quite funny, guys. He said, "Hope Luis Suarez destroys Tottenham today. Don't like Spurs." And he also said, "I hate Gareth Bale with a passion. Calm down, you monkey. Wilshere is 10 times better than you, chimpanzee." Is that legit, Rushmano? If that's legit, that's fucking awesome. James Maddison is a spotty-faced little twat teenager going in and slagging off Gareth Bale and Spurs 10 years ago. How hilarious is that? That's fucking hilarious. And he's going to sign for them. Anyway, Also, the Glazers never invested a single penny into United since they completed their takeover in May 2005. That's why we're still £725 million in debt. That's hilarious, isn't it, Rushmano, that's legit. Juventus are willing to sell Pogba. Reports come out from Italy. He could be sold if a reasonable offer arrives. Knowing the Glazer shithousers, they might just re-sign Pogba before they go. Also, United are to reopen talks over Mount amid an optimism a deal can be struck in the next week. If Chelsea are prepared to go down to 50 million quid, maybe we could do a deal, but I don't want us to spend any more than that. I think we've already put in an offer which is too good for them, too good for Mason Mount. But there is a sense that he can be done. The deal can be done. Right, let's get into the live chat, guys, and have a look at your thoughts and opinions. Thank you, every single one of you legends that got in here. We've got a super chat here from Jimmy Jones. Thank you, everyone. Now's the time to have your say. So get your thoughts and opinions in here. You don't have to super chat to have your say. We will read out a lot of comments now for the Q&A part of the stream. But thank you to Jimmy Jones for super chatting here, mate. I will read your comment out first. He says, "Evening, Pig. Hope you are well, mate." Yeah, you know, not too shabby, mate. Not too shabby. My brother's here from America now with his family, his 4 kids, and his wife. And my bro are here staying in the house now. I must say, it has been nice today to have them here and not have an empty house. Obviously, for some of you don't know, my mum passed away just under a month ago, and her funeral's coming up. That's why my brother's here with his family. And it has been a pretty, dark and lonely time in this house. So it's nice to have some laughter and some family in the house, and it's good to have them here. And, thank you to everyone for all your love and support and being patient with me. Thanks to all the guys like Maisie, John Shin, Jarvis Cocker, of course, Eddie O'Toole, Charlie Griffiths, for helping with the recent streams and stuff. I haven't been able to stream as much as I would have liked to have done because of just trying to get the house ready for those guys to stay, because obviously having 6 guests in the house, there's a lot of stuff to sort out in the house, and then also arrangements for the funeral, which is coming up at the start of July. So I just haven't really I haven't had my, my streaming head on. Haven't had my streaming head on properly, but I am slowly getting back into the mix and getting into the groove, and I'm going to be doing many more streams. Thank you, everyone, for your patience while there hasn't been that much content on the channel. Thank you, everyone who stayed a subscriber. Thank you, everyone who stayed a member. Thank you, everyone, for sending nice messages and wishing me to get back soon. Thanks to everyone for supporting the guys who've been covering for me as well. It's not been an easy time. It really hasn't been an easy time at all. It's probably been the hardest, most horrendous, gash-tastic part of my life so far, guys. Let's be honest. It's a horrible thing to have to deal with. So, just want to say thank you to everyone who's been there for me. And, sorry, Jimmy Jones just saying, hope you're well. And I've given him a proper deepston of an answer, of a response there. But I just do want to say, thank you everyone who's stuck with me on the channel. Appreciate you. Thank you, Birmingham Pike and Carp Angler. Thank you, Nicholas Williams. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you very much, Trey with a T. Says, take your time, mate. All love here, mate. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you to James Hill. He says, family is priority, mate. Mental health is also. Stay strong, buddy. Thank you so much, Mr. Hill, lad. We're all here for you, Piggy. Aren't we legends, Simon Warner? Yes, you absolutely are legends, mate. Big time. You are serious legends, Simon Warner. Every single one of you, apart from you, Simon. I'm joking. You are as well. Hey, Danny Marsh. Thank you for getting in here, bud. How are you doing? Thank you, Must Play. Yeah, thank you, all 793. Thank you for the love hearts there, Duncan. Thank you so much, Lee Bourne, for getting in here from the Caribbean. Leanne for the love hearts as well. Thank you, the Clyde says, stay strong. Seriously, what a great community. We've got 274 legends in here, feeling the love, feeling the... I love doing these streams, guys. I love talking about Manchester United with you legends. I love the fact there's a couple hundred people that come in here and listen to me splabber on about Manchester United and share my passion with your passion and you guys. That's why we're all here, is because we share a common bond, essentially. Some of you might just be here for the camaraderie or the community or the bants or whatever. Some of you might be a scumbag Arsenal fan sometimes who want to try and get some banter in. Whatever the case may be, we have a great community here. So hashtag Baker Brigade, what a bunch of legends. Thank you, Matthew Smith. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Rashat, for watching the content, mate. FCG says we got 200 likes. That's awesome, everyone. Thank you for hitting that like button. 200 likes on the stream. That's brilliant. Thank you, everyone who's hit the like. Keep hitting the likes, guys, if you haven't done so. Every like helps us. And it does help us compete with all the clickbait wankers out there and the corporation melts who spew out guff content all the time. You know, we always just put out content that's appropriate, as in there's legit stuff happening. We don't just make stuff up. There's a lot of channels out there who will just make stuff up. I see it all the time. And it's actually quite gash. But we don't do that on this channel. We keep it real. So whenever there is a stream on this channel, it's a legit news story that's happening, etc. So, you know, make sure you subscribe and click that bell icon so you don't miss the legit notifications. Thank you, OP Dragon. Much love to you. And sorry if I missed anybody else. Thank you very much. Ardan says, from a Chelsea fan pig, forever the channel and the best wishes. Thank you, Ardan Jr., Chelsea scummer. Thank you, buddy. Tim Clunner says, you look sexy, mate. Imagine when we are top of the league, you'll be glowing. Thanks, mate. Well, yes, I've been on my, you know, the health trip recently. I'm less than 15 stone now, which I don't think I've been able to say that since I was about 13 years of age. There you go. Thank you, Jeff says, whenever you're down, Piggo, think about how you're not Zayn Miassi and you'll feel better. Well said, lad. Well said. To be fair to Zayn Miassi, he is a fantastic supporter of this channel, even though he does actually possess all the footballing nous and knowledge of Jermaine Jenas after he's had a lobotomy. You know what I mean? He is literally on that level. So, you know, but either way, I got to love and respect Zayn Miassi for all the support he shows for this channel, but he is absolutely off his tits. Andy Bell, thank you very much indeed, lad, for your super chat here. He says, Piggy, we've all missed you, but for fuck's sake, get a shave. You know what, Andy Bell? I'm going Bear Grylls in the wilderness vibes. Okay, that's what I'm doing, mate. I'm going, you know, I haven't got time to have a shave, mate. I've got stuff going on. I will be having a shave soon. Like I said, I've got a funeral coming up. I'm not going to be going to that looking like Abu Hamza, but at the same time, you know, mind yourself, bud. How about you focus on you and your appearance, lad? Last I heard, Andy Bell, you get your surname from looking like Quasimodo, sir. So, you know, no, I'm just kidding. But no, fair enough. I do need to have a shave, mate. It is looking pretty fluffy on the chin. Okay, nice one. Hey, Kate Cadet, how are you tonight, bud? Thank you, Kate Cadet. He's got his highlighted member comment in here. 33 months he's been a member. Thank you so much. In case you were wondering why I'm not getting them on the screen, by the way, it's because they don't show up on this software I'm using here. I can only see super chats and the highlighted comments don't show up, but I've got my phone here where they pop up on. And he says, on behalf of the Bacon Brigade, Piggy, I want you to know we love you very much. And no matter what happens, you'll never be alone so long as we are here, mate. Kate Cadet, you're absolutely right, mate. You are. This community has got me through some dark times over the years. I remember years ago when my dad passed away, all the people here, you know, had my back and got me through that dark time. And this dark time as well. You know, this has obviously hit me like a ton of bricks. This is way worse, to be honest, because it's your mum, isn't it? And I live with my mum, and it's just a complete horrendous change and an adaptation and all that rest of it. But you're absolutely right, mate. The community here has kept me going more than you guys will ever know. And, you know, like hundreds of messages on my community post when I said I need to take a bit of time away, and all the nice messages I've had and people inboxing me and stuff. It goes a long way mentally. You know what I mean? Show us your hook. You want me to show you my hook? Hey, maybe on the OnlyHands, but not here right now. Thank you very much, Rushy. He says subscribe to the channel. Absolutely. If you guys are new, then make sure you hit the subscribe. We're on here daily, or we will be on here daily with the latest updates. So make sure you do that. Thank you very much there to you, Ravi. He says, big up Flying Pig and big up for getting Maisie to host on your channel. Yeah, she's been a fantastic host on the channel. Big up Maisie, aka Devils United on YouTube, and all the other guys that have come in and helped do the streams while I haven't been able to do it. It is much appreciated. Thank you, J.R. Smith. Right back at you, bud. Pig Sheikh Jassim is in a United. You know, Andy Stokes. Get in there, mate. Get in there. Thank you very much. Simon says, we are the Red Army and proud of it. And you, Piggy. Thank you. Only hands, says J.R. Smith. Oh, mate. Right. Okay, guys, let's get into the football chat. I'm sticking around for, you know, what's the time? Let's stick around for 10 minutes, guys. So have your say in the chat. Let us know what you want to talk about. Anything you want to talk about. Buyaka says, so when United get new owners, do you think they won't be cheating like City, says Buyaka? Well, we won't need to cheat like City. People go on about, having financial fair play restrictions at United. We generate the most money in English football, if not world football. We're right up there in terms of our commercial revenue. So if anybody can spend, it's Manchester United. We don't have to cook the books to the same degree. I mean, okay, there's always going to be ways we can generate cash, commercial deals. We can bring more money into the club to justify expenditure. And that's just how it works in today's day and age. If you want to spend more, you have to earn more. But, we don't have to do it and cook the books like these money laundering fools over at City. We can quite literally generate huge amounts of cash. Just think about how much money United would generate in a post-Glazer environment. Right now, people are reluctant to actually put their money into the football club. You've got people cancelling season tickets. You've got people, obviously there's still, a massive waiting list for season tickets. So, that's not going to make a dent. But in regards to merchandise sales, people don't buy the shirt. I would imagine that this current release of the shirts at Manchester United this season is probably one of the lowest in terms of units sold. I don't know that for a fact, but I would imagine with the backlash that there is against the Glazers right now, people aren't prepared to put their money into the club in the same way as they would be as if we had real committed owners of the football club. Once that happens, I'll be going out there buying the new shirt. I'll be fully prepared to have the membership on manunited.com and, all prepared to have that sort of stuff and the MUTV subscription and all that kind of stuff. If we're prepared to go out there and spend and invest and spend the money that this club generates, I feel like we'll be undeniable with our spending power. Right now, we are shackled because of the Glazers and people aren't as willing to put their money into the club, fans that is, because of those wankers having the stranglehold. But once that changes, we will generate even more money. We'll be able to spend even more money. You've seen the new shirt online. It's better than that awful green one we had. Yeah, I like the red one. It's a beautiful new shirt. Yeah, Berber says home shirt is gorgeous. Can't wait to get it under the new owners. Exactly. I will not be buying that shirt until they've gone. The Glazers, that is. The Mooch says, great to see you back. Great to be back, lad. Thank you so much. Andrew Cross says, yeah, when the Glazers are gone, I'm getting a shirt. Me too. I'll celebrate the Glazers going by buying a shirt. And I'm sure 1 million United fans will do the same. So, stuff like that will increase the revenue at the club. I know shirt sales is only just a drop in the ocean, but it's in every department. Fans will be more prepared to spend the money if they know it's going to the right areas, i.e. new stadium development, and buying the players that we need. Tim Kernan says we need De Jong, Caicedo, Højlund, and Timber. I like that list, Tim Kernan. It looks like Timber's going to Arsenal. Højlund's got a 75 million price tag. It's very unlikely with the current regime. Caicedo, he would definitely be a player I'd like to see us go and sign, but for 70 million again, looks like we're going for Mount, and I don't know why. De Jong would be a truly fantastic signing. He seems to just absolutely love Barcelona and doesn't want to leave. If they were prepared to sell him, then we should absolutely take him. Thank you, Alka Mamu. I appreciate that. You're a legend, lad. Good protest made it to Sky News. Absolutely, Raja. Every little helps, doesn't it? Why is Martial still here? It's crazy, isn't it? It makes zero sense. I couldn't tell you, Alkan, mate. Just because we can't offload players. J.R. Smith, thank you for the super chat, mate. Come on. Let's get a love heart in there for J.R. Smith, bro. Thank you, my friend. He said, the scummy Glazers need to leave right now. Our rivals are getting miles better and we're standing still for fuck's sake. Yeah, arguably, we're actually getting worse. Arguably, we're getting worse because, there's that old saying, isn't there? If you're not moving forward, then you're dropping behind. So, yeah, like you say, they're getting better and we're just completely standing still, as you say. So they're making strides and we're going to be left behind, I think, if we're not careful. It is a worry. We do need to start doing some business, and Mason Mount isn't the answer as far as I'm concerned. He's just not really going to have too much of an impact. My problem with Mason Mount is he's a good player, but that's it. I don't see how he really improves our starting 11. I don't even think he gets into the starting 11 based on who's currently here. Maybe I suppose you could play Casemiro, Bruno, and Mount, and that is better than what we've got right now. But, it's marginal, really. We should be having true ambition. I like a player like Caicedo or De Jong, or if you look at what Arsenal are doing here with Declan Rice, that's ambition. Those are better players, in my humble opinion. And that's all it is. It's my opinion. It might not be the case, but we know Ten Hag's got great abilities when it comes to developing players, and he's got a great eye for talent. And hopefully, if he really wants Mount, he would be able to utilize Mount to the degree that he really does improve the starting 11. But I'm just skeptical about Mason Mount. I don't like him. I don't rate him, and I never have done. I agree, Jonathan. I think Maddison is better than Mason Mount. Why have we let him go to Spurs for 40 mil? Quite crazy. JK thinks that De Jong's are very overrated, to be fair, and overpriced for performances. I don't know. I think if you look at how he performs, as a technician, his ability is there. It's clear to see his passing, his vision, all that sort of stuff is there to see. But I hear you. Statistically, he's not very impressive, statistically speaking. But I actually do think if you think about his overall play, he's got all the attributes that we need to play that sort of role for us, where he can play make and create. And you've got Casemiro as the defensive beast, somebody to go alongside him to really unlock defenses and get us going and tick the midfield over. I feel like De Jong could be that player, but fair enough. Pat, thank you for the $9.99 super chat, man. Come on, get some love in the chat here for Pat, mate. He's going in raw, lad. And also, as I keep saying, smash the like on it, guys. Every little helps. Smash the subscribe. Why not, eh? Hit the subscribe, We're on our way to 71.9k subscribers, nearly at 72k. We have struggled, obviously, over the last month or so in terms of growing the channel because of what's happened. But I will be getting back to these regular streams. And so, if you are new, make sure you subscribe and there'll be plenty more content coming. Pat, thank you so much. He says, Pig, you the goat. Plus Mount is gash. No thanks. Well said, Pat. Yeah, absolutely agree with you. Couldn't agree more. I mean, if we were to give Mount a signing out of 10 guys, it's a 3 for me. He's a 3 out of 10 signing, especially for the money that we'd be paying for him. Don't really understand the obsession. Rush Mano says Onana. Onana would be a fantastic signing, no doubt. No doubt. Oh, look at this. Fabrizio Romano reported in regards to Kim Min-jae exclusive. Bayern have reached total verbal agreement with Kim Min-jae on personal terms. 5-year deal ready. Here we go. There you go, guys. We're missing out. He's another player that was linked to Manchester United. This is tonight. Thank you, Rushy, for the update. Rushmano, if you could write that in the chat so I could highlight the comment, because I can't actually put it in this software at the moment, bud. But if you would write it in the chat, I'll put that as the headline at the bottom. But Kim Min-jae has reached a personal terms agreement with Bayern Munich, and Fabrizio's given him the here we go, which basically means it's done. That looks like that's going to happen. We sort of knew that was going to be the case anyway once Bayern Munich actually did, go in for him and was sniffing around him. Seems to be the case. So, it's very disappointing that we've missed out on another player. But we can't actually sign anyone right now with the current owners. They're still here. Thank you so much for the updates. And also, Sirius Lee, thank you for your £5 super chat. You guys are going ham out there tonight. Pat, thank you for the last one. Thank you, seriously. He says, been here for years. Appreciate your delivery, bro. Footy-wise, I'm hating how the Glazers are hamstringing us in their last days. Sending love, bro. Thank you, seriously. That's a really nice comment, mate. Appreciate you, dude. Get some praying hands in there. For seriously, thank you so much, boss. Yeah, you have been here for a long, long time, mate. I really do appreciate you watching all this time and getting involved and being part of this community, my son. Look, the Glazers have been doing this for a lot longer than just these last 7 months, really. They have, like you say, they've strung us along as fans for a long time. I mean, what about all this talk a year ago in regards to the Glazers actually suggesting, with the fan forums and things like that, that they would give us more of what we needed and have more transparency and that kind of thing? It was all just bollocks, wasn't it? These are the sort of rats we're dealing with. They'll say anything just to string us along that little bit further. So, yeah, I'm totally with you there, bud. Fab dropped a here we go. So there it is, Rushmano. What do you think about that, guys? Kim Min-jae, we've lost out on another target for us this summer. So I'm not saying any of these targets were really that far along, because let's face it, we've got the Glazers here and they weren't really going to spend. But Declan Rice is a target that we have missed out on, it seems. James Maddison's a target we're going to miss out on, which I think's really a no-brainer for us to go and sign, in my opinion. That would have made sense. And also, other signings, Harry Kane is being negotiated by Bayern Munich at the moment. That's a potential. We're missing out on all these potential signings, guys, and this is just another one. Kim Min-jae would have been an excellent signing for us. More breaking news coming out as well, guys. Yeah, brilliant. Di Marzio. Oh, okay, fantastic. Di Marzio reporting this, guys. Inter are into this is this evening, 11:20 p.m. Inter literally just breaking from Di Marzio. Over in Italy, Sky Sports international reporter reports that Inter are in talks with Manchester United for Andre Onana. What's my name? Onana. So Di Marzio, a very reputable source, guys. And it does seem like, Gianluca Di Marzio reporting that Man United are in talks with Inter now for the signing of Andre Onana. I mean, that would be fantastic news. Look, if De Gea is going to go, and it's the time to end the company with De Gea and part ways, I think Andre Onana is a really great signing for Ten Hag United. So I'd be happy for that. But as I was saying earlier on in this stream, I still don't think it's the position in the team that that cries out to be strengthened right now. I'd rather add a little bit more money and go and get Harry Kane, to be fair, and keep De Gea. But look, Andre Onana, it would be a fantastic signing. Di Marzio reporting that's good news, guys. I mean, that is good news. But there's one thing to be in talks with these players and these teams, and it's another to actually go and get these deals done. And Man United, with the Glazers at the helm, have only proven to be absolute melters when it comes to getting deals done. So yeah, we are literally discussion FC. We're linked with FC. We are the sort of we're the sort of we're negotiation FC. That's what we are. We don't actually sign players, do we? So let's wait and see. But it does look good if that's the case in regards to Onana, because I think he would be an excellent signing. So yeah, happy days if that's the case. Di Marzio just reporting that this evening, guys. Get in there. Hopefully it's true. Ashen says, I'd love to see Kane smash the Prem record at United. Spot on, agree. Yeah, Rushmana says, Ten Hag knows. Oh, nah. Spot on, JR. De Gea's big time still a legend. Thank you, Mark Anthony says, stay in, mate. Stretford N61, loving your content tonight. Thank you, Mark Anthony. Appreciate you, brother. Get in there, you legend. Hey, what's going on, Dutch Christ? He says, we need to sign a better player than Bruno, not Mount to cover him. Well said. We should be signing players that improve and actually make our starting 11 better. So the current players that are in the starting 11 then become the rotationary players, and we've instantly improved our depth and quality. Spot on. Hello, STB Mitchell. What's going on, lad? Chloe Jenkins, thank you very much indeed for the £2 super chat. She says, the news, they are open to stay with investment, says Chloe Jenkins. Well, that would be a disgrace. I mean, there's different reports coming out. I guess you're talking about the Glazers and this Jim Ratcliffe business and everything. But the reality is that, you know, if Sheikh Jassim, the reports that are coming out from Bloomberg at various places tonight, if the reports are true, then he's leading the chase to buy Manchester United, and hopefully it will be 100% ownership of the football club. But look, they were previously testing the waters, weren't they, to find out just what value they can get from seeking outside investment and maybe still keeping hold of some of the football club. I just feel like the backlash would be too strong for these wankers right now if they were not to just get gone. Yep, spot on there, Philip. Paul Parker, United legend, says the Premier League has become a circus because it's all about money. This circus division is slowly killing our game and taking anything good away from football. Very well said, lad. Nicholas Williams, we've got a gooner in the live chat. He says Havertz is going to be quality for Arsenal. What do you think? I don't share your optimism, Nicholas Williams. I think he's going to be probably okay. I mean, he'll probably be decent, but I just, based on what he's done at Chelsea, in a blue shirt at Chelsea for the time that he's been there, I mean, he's the definition of bang average. He has shown some decent glimpses, but no, I don't really see the appeal. I don't really see what Arteta's seeing in him. But the same could be said for Gabriel Jesus while he was at Manchester City, and he certainly flourished at Arsenal. So, you know, good luck to him. I think he might well prove to be a good signing, but I don't share your optimism. I think he could potentially be pretty shy. That's what I reckon. What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon he's going to be a flop or a hit at Arsenal? Kai Havertz, let us know your thoughts and opinions, guys. £65 million move to Arsenal from Chelsea. I'm going to say flop. If I had to guess, I'd say I think he's going to be a bit of a flop. For that price, they've been bent over. K Cadet, thanks for the super chat, mate. Come on. He says, sack the board and get rid of the Glazers. Only then can we move forward. Nothing else really matters. Well said. 100% K Cadet. I don't know. Let's just hope that it happens soon, mate. Keep the protests up. Keep the noise. Scream it from the rooftops. Hashtag Glazers out. Green and gold emojis in the live chat. Green and gold until the club is sold. Couldn't agree more. And do you know what I would like to see? Is I would like to hark back to the old Cantona kit days, you know, with the shoelace in the V-neck collar. You know what I'm saying? With the lace. Who remembers that kit, guys? The green and gold quarters in the early 90s, whatever it was. You know, I would love to see us, as soon as the Glazer shithouses have gone, to just have our away kit as the green and gold. That's what we need. You know, we need to get them gone and then start the new era. And what better way to start the new era than by rocking the old green and gold quarters? Smash a one if you agree that should be, never mind these gash current away kits they've got on the go. Smash it, or next season then, you know, next season, obviously these things take time to actually get into production, all that sort of shite. But next season, we should be rocking a green and gold kit once these Glazer twats are gone. Oh, brilliant, Rushmano. He's got that shirt still. Yeah, it's an absolute classic. I had a little kid's version. I had the shirt when I was a little kid. It's a classic. Absolute classic. Lots of ones. Yeah, best kit ever, that green and gold, says Duncan Belifo. Spot on, lad. Yeah, seen the Kim Min Jae news. I know. Here we go. Deal to Bayern Munich done. It's filth, Erdem. It's absolute filth, mate. It's another target for us we've missed out on. I firmly believe this. Look, Bayern Munich's always going to be a hot prospect to go and play for. They're the best team in Germany. They do compete in the Champions League. They're a top side. They pay like really, really good, a top club. They pay like a top club. But if there's an offer on the table from a huge Premier League club like Manchester United, I believe in this current era, with the Premier League being the best league around, most players would favour going to the Premier League than the Bundesliga if the offers were the same, yada, yada, all the rest of it. So that's what's very frustrating about this, because I feel like if United were actually at the table to play ball for a new signing, then we could have probably gone and got Kim Min Jae. You know, if we had new owners that were prepared to put offers in at the start of the window. Problem is for us, we don't have a recruitment drive at the moment. We're not going for players because of the owners. So we can't even get these players. But if we did have new owners in by now, we would be capable of signing Kim Min Jae. We'd be capable of signing Harry Kane. We'd be capable of signing Declan Rice. We'd be capable of signing all these players that are going to go to other teams potentially. And so, yeah, we actually can't do anything about it at the moment until they're gone. That's what's really frustrating about it, is that we're just going to miss out on really good targets that would improve United. Thank you, the Cake Cadet. He says, do you know, Pig? Do you know what I miss, Pig? Funky keeper jerseys. Yeah, they are quite boring these days, aren't they, Cake Cadet, lad? I had some belters when I was a kid, lad. I remember when I played for my youth football middle school team at school, having an Adidas one. I don't even know who wore it actually, but it wasn't a United one. But who remembers that one? Oh, it's iconic. It was an Adidas one, right? And it had like rounded squares, almost a little bit like this, but way bigger. Rounded squares all over the sleeves, and you could get it in purple or yellow, right? And it was an Adidas one, and it was so loud and garish. It was bloody awesome. Or like the Schmeichel one back in the day, the sharp one with the triangle, like the triangle shapes on it, the green one with the like red and blue triangle shapes all over it, mate. I don't know. Why have goalkeeper kits got so bloody boring these days, mate? Don't know. Good question. Good question. Thank you very much, Kate. I don't know why. You had a yellow Liverpool one, says Ash and Duke. That's disgusting, lad. Must play, says my dream signing Kane and Højlund for Osimhen and Ramos, or Osimhen and Ramos, De Jong, Caicedo and Tapsoba, Timber too, but he went to Arsenal. Fair play, must play. Yeah, I respect that a lot. I like the new home kit. Absolutely, Johnny M. I think it's a really good kit, mate. Really like it. Don't like the other kits that have been proposed. I feel like the other kits, if they're legit, look absolutely pathetic. One looks like a Newcastle kit. One looks like a shitty Liverpool kit. If that's the legit ones, obviously, I don't think they've been fully released yet or anything. But certainly the home kit's banging. Thank you, Ryan Wheeler, mate. Get in there, my son. Thank you very much, bud. Fashion in general was probably a bit funkier. Yeah, the 90s were all loud, weren't they? I mean, people were wearing like polyester, purple and green tracksuits and shit back in the day, weren't they? Yeah, the Mexican goalkeeper George Campos jersey hit hard as fuck. Schmeichel one was fire, so seriously. Completely agree. Don't buy the merchandise until the Glazers have gone. Well said, Philip. Absolutely, my friend. Luke Shaw jogging back after he makes a mistake pisses me off, says Era. Yeah, fair one. Look, you know, he's definitely not perfect. I mean, he's not an Evra or Dennis Irwin, is he? He's certainly not up to those levels, but he is pretty decent. Simon says, I remember the grey kit. We wore that and lost matches. You think Hislop at Newcastle wore a yellow top with squares on? Interesting. Let's have a look and just see. Shaka Hislop kit, Newcastle. See if it's the one that I used to wear for school. No. It's not that. But I tell you what, if you just search Saka Hislop Newcastle kit back in the day, mate, there's some bangers. There's some fucking absolute bangers, though. You know what I mean? Kate Cadet's spot on. Goalkeeper jerseys shite these days. They used to be so much better, didn't they? You had the Schmeichel jersey. It was quality. They don't make them like that anymore. It's such a shame. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've got a picture. I dug it out the other day. I was looking for all these photos, for my mum's tribute and stuff for the funeral where, and I'm obviously looking for all the photo albums and shit. And I found one from when I used to play for Ashdown Colts FC back in the day when I was like 13. And I'm rocking that very same Schmeichel jersey, mate. I have to scan it in and it's a team photo. I look like an absolute pudding in it. It's hilarious. I was called the Flying Pig for a reason, but I do look like a pudding in it. But anyway, the kit is absolute fire though. Zami Ashley, thank you very much for that, boss. They should do kits like the color from the logo for Avatar. Great looking blue. Do you think your budget will be less than Avatar 3? Sorry, I was just pausing there for a second for the tumbleweed to make its way across the bottom of the screen there. What the fuck are you talking about, Zamiasi, lad? Nobody gives a shit about your bullshit James Cameron guff that you've invested in, mate, and it's going to be an absolute fucking flop, lad. Nobody cares. Any chance you've got to say anything about Avatar, you always bloody bang on about it, don't you? Nobody cares, mate. It's Fantasyland bullshit capable of just annoying people. Don't talk about Avatar anymore, please, on these streams ever again. That's about the last comment about Avatar I'm prepared to listen to, mate. What is your problem? What's your fixation with Avatar, mate? Do you know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that Zaid Miyasi, when he's not noshing himself off, Prince styling with the 2 bottom ribs removed, to 2004 Invincible's Arsenal DVD season review, when he's not noshing himself after that, he's knocking one out to bloody Avatar Way of the Water with a pocket-sized photo of James Cameron in the other hand. You know what I mean? What's the matter with this guy? He's got serious issues when it comes to Avatar movies. What's your problem? They're shite, I've never seen them, but I tell you, they're probably crap. They should do kits like the color from the logo for Avatar. Oh, it's just madness, isn't it? What's he on about? What is this guy on about, honestly? Goodness me. Franklin Cap says facts. The Hoop Man, how are you doing, you legend? He's loving it. Hey, what's going on there, Jarvis Cocker, mate? Thank you, Jarvis, for all your help recently with the streams, man. You're an absolute gentleman and a true legend of the channel, mate. Long-time legend. I think you've been a member for like 42 months. One of the longest viewers and subscribers, but also, now he's doing bits on the channel himself as well. And thank you, Jarvis, for all your help recently, mate. You are a true gentleman and a legend. And some may say Rick Astley impersonator, but one thing's for sure about me and you, Jarvis, I'm never going to give you up, mate. Never going to give you up. Kate Cadet, thank you so much for getting in here. The Kate Cadet says Avatar is guff, and so are you, Zane. Well said, lad. Spot on. I'm glad we can agree on that. You're absolutely right. I mean, I've not actually seen it, but I'll tell you something, there's one thing that makes me not want to watch it, and that is Zane Miyasi constantly talking about it. Zane is an Avatar slag. He's a walking billboard for the guff. What's going on, your brain bot? Welcome in. Yep, guys, smash the like, smash the subscribe. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you tonight. I will just hang out for another couple of minutes and read a few more comments out, seeing as we're having a bit of fun here, aren't we? But it is getting towards midnight, so we'll probably have to wrap it up reasonably soon. But it's been a pleasure. So I'll read a few more out. Get your final thoughts in the chat. Really, DZ. Well, yeah, Juventus wants to sign Højlund to replace Vlahovic. Interesting. I mean, I can't really imagine there's many top teams that wouldn't be interested in him because of his physical attributes and his goal scoring rate and his age. He's only 20. Like, he has the potential to be, the next Haaland or the next sort of real breakout goal scorer in European football. So, yeah, I think we should absolutely be interested in Højlund, and I'm not surprised that they would be. Thank you very much, Rashmano. Yes, hit that subscribe. Yeah, Dana Riley says Zane loves these Man United fan channels. Don't Arsenal have one? They do, but they probably blocked him for talking shite. You've already got Weir, says Rajat. Tafiso and Barter says, Pig, have you ever met Zane face to face? I haven't, bud. I haven't, to be honest. He did invite me to Salt Bay's restaurant to enjoy a golden steak with him if Arsenal never won, if Arsenal won the league. But we know how that one panned out. You know what I mean? We know how that one panned out. Hey, thank you, Jarvis Cocker. He says, thanks, Mr. Pig. You're the Don of YouTube. So happy our roads crossed. A true inspiration. You are a really nice guy, Jarvis. What a gentleman, lad. Thank you for all your help, honestly. Like, just giving up all your time, to help us do the streams when I wasn't able to do it. You are a true hero, my friend. True hero, and it's been an honor to have you on the channel, and will continue to be so whenever you're around. Callum Karen says, Piggy, my G, just got home, mate. Gonna have to rewind the whole stream with a nice burger. Okay, nice. Sounds beautiful, lad. Thank you. Yeah, please do rewatch the stream if you want. Zane's obsessed with Avatar. He is indeed. He is indeed. You're surprised that Zane's not obsessed with an aging Indiana Jones. He came in here and talked about it earlier, mate. He was obsessed with that. He went and saw it earlier. Vincent Bullock, how you doing tonight, mate? Great to see you, lad. Thank you very much, Johnny M. Appreciate you, boss. What a community of legends. You're right, Rajat. Jarvis is absolute class act. The Mooch Baby says, do you think United Plan B signings worked out better than the first choice ones? Oh shit, I've dribbled liquid all over me. That's what she said. No. What do you mean? I mean, in some regard, I mean, look, Pogba was a marquee signing, he was shite. Maguire was a marquee signing, he was shite. In some regard, I can see what you're getting at there. Yes, Jarvis, an absolute legend. Eugene James says, why do you look homeless? Well, I think it's because I am homeless. Thanks for bringing that up, Eugene. No, I'm joking. It's because I haven't had a shave for a while, mate. You know what I mean? Other than that, I look absolutely spot on, mate. Need to have a shave, mate. That's all. Need a haircut and a shave, bud. All right? Steady on. Depends who the players, says Jonathan Gallagher. Would you take Ed Woodward back? Swedish Chelsea fan, what is your major malfunction, little kid? You know what I mean? What's your major malfunction? Dude. Buffering? We're not buffering, are we, Matthew Smith? That's a shame if we are. Thank you for another super chat here, seriously, bro. Dude, thank you, seriously. He says, love to the community. Apart from the Gooner. Love you, Pig. Thank you, seriously. Love you too, brother. Really, really appreciate you, dude. And everybody else, quite a few people have sent in super chats tonight. Thank you, everyone who sent in super chats, and Andrew will say. And thank you, everyone, who's got in here with your thoughts and opinions. Like I say, you don't have to super chat to have your comments read out on this channel. I like to think that's what separates us from some of the clickbait shite out there on YouTube, is that we do have a proper community around here. People know each other in this community, and we try and get everybody's comments read out, even if we stay on here until midnight. Pig's letting his beard grow to look like a Qatari, says Kingslayer. Yeah, indeed. I think I'm turning Qatari. I really think so. Ashton says, can't think of many signings that have worked out for United the last 3 years or so. Damn right. I mean, Lissandro Martinez has been great so far. Casemiro great so far. But yeah, you're right. It's slim pickings out there. The Cake says, of all the things to have a fetish over, I wonder why it has to be avatars for Zayn. What a strange man. I can see through him a mile away, to be fair. He's got some sort of monetary investment in the Avatar franchise. He blatantly does. He's just promoting it all the time. He actually does. He's always spunking money left, right, and center. We know he dines at Salt Bay's restaurant. The other day, he came in and said he bought a copy of, I think it was Resident Evil 1 or something for the PlayStation 1 for like 10 grand. That's the sort of dickhead we're dealing with here. You know what I mean? And so he's blatantly got a few shares in James Cameron's Borsack or something. You know what I mean? Blatantly. David Sini, great to see you. Thank you so much. As you look sexy as always, Piggy. Thank you, David Sini, you handsome bastard. Right back at you, lad. Dean M says you look marvelous. Thank you very much. Fine, no buffers. Thank you, Hoop Man. Musprace says Pig doesn't look homeless. So I have a much bigger beard and a bad trim than him. Pig is the Don, and no one messes with the Don. Thank you very much, lad. Am I doing health-wise? Well, Keshav Jendon, I actually had a letter through in regards to my EKG thing that I had a little while ago. And it said that my heart rate for the 24-hour EKG thing ranged from 34 beats a minute to 95 beats a minute or something over that period. 34 is very low. It said that I had some sort of ectopic heartbeat heartbeats occasionally, which are like, I can't remember what it was now. I looked it up. But it said essentially, it's like irregularities between the beats or some shit like that. But it said it's nothing major concern. And it did advise that I changed the medication that I was on that lowered my heart rate. But basically, I had a really low heart rate before I was put on that medication. So I don't know what's going on. I've got a CT scan coming up. So hopefully that will tell me a little bit more about what's going on. But all I know is I've got a really low heart rate all the time. And it doesn't really make sense. That's all I know. So yeah, there you go. I have the resting heart rate of a marathon runner, and that is not the case. I have lost weight, Colt Jackson. Thank you very much for noticing. I was 14 stone 12 this morning, bud. The lightest I've been as an adult. The Goonies would do a better fucking job, says Paul N.S. I'm not so sure, We've got that Melter Sloth as our club captain, Harry Maguire, and he's pretty shy. Then again, he wasn't really truly the Goonies, was he? Chunk would definitely do better than Slabo Maguire. Thank you very much, Kashav. Appreciate that. So yeah, I'll wait to find out. Thank you. Ashton says low heart rate means you're a Zen master pig. Yeah, so I'll wait to find out. Having a CT scan coming up soon. Ben says, Pig, when is the weight loss transformation video coming? Well, it will be 1 year of my diet since when it gets to July 22nd. So I might do a little, photo slideshow type video when it gets to 1 year. But I also might not. I might wait until I've actually reached my full goal. Yeah, Hoop Man, absolutely. He says, is the heart medication propranolol, Pig? I stopped taking that. Well, it's not. It wasn't heart medicine. It was I was prescribed that for anxiety. Yeah, but it is propranolol. And but I had a really low heart rate, and my doctor, the GP, just prescribed me that anyway because he's a twat. And they advised me to stop taking that. The hospital, the cardiologist, advised me to stop taking that and speak to my GP. So, but that's not the reason I had a low heart rate, to be honest. I had a really low heart rate before I ever took that. So I actually don't. Yeah, I am still off the fags, Johnny M. Absolutely, lad. And cigarettes too. Sorry, no. Wait, I am still off the cigarettes, mate. Yeah. I haven't had a smoke for I haven't had a smoke since February now. Absolutely. Richard says, talk to me, man. Arsenal get Rice. Where are United with their transfer? I don't know, Richard. We're having a mare, lad. It's a joke. Oh, thank you, Ben. Says I'm your GP and I've diagnosed you with being a Don. Rush Mano says top show pig. Thank you, Rush Mano. Listen, thank you everyone for getting in here tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure, honestly. Thank you so much, everyone, for getting in here. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher. Appreciate you. Listen, you're a bunch of legends. Emperor says, I take propranolol 120 milligrams a day for anxiety. My mental health's terrible. Be careful with propranolol. It can be very dangerous in some people. Well, there you go, Emperor lad. I was taking that much and I cut it down. I mean, I still actually am taking it as of this moment in time. Because the doctors thought what I have could be anxiety related. But, from my understanding of doing research, is it's quite regular that your heart rate is increased from anxiety, not decreased. Mine's constantly low. So, it's pretty weird. I don't know. I really wish I could tell you what's going on. Like right now, I don't know if you could see that. Oh, but my heart, you can't really see it, but my heart rate is 49, which is quite low. And it's been as low as 35 today. So my low is 35 today. Right now it's 49. That's a bit low. So it doesn't really make sense. That's anyway, I'm not getting into this anymore. It's fucking shite. But I'll hopefully figure out what's going on. I do too, to be honest with you, Ben. I really do. Honestly, I really do, mate. I don't think necessarily that's what's the issue with me, but I do also regret doing that, man. Cake says we have a mare every transfer window. This is normal for us. Spot on. Thank you, Kingslayer. Right, anyway, guys, I guess I better wrap this up because it's nearly midnight, and at midnight we turn into a ginger goblin. So I'm going to leave the stream there. But thank you, everyone, for, as I say, being patient with me while there's not been that much content on the channel. Thanks for all the subscribers, new and old. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so. And click the like on the video before you go. Let's see if we can get 250 likes on the stream. And just thank you, every one of you, for getting in here and watching the channel. Jonathan Gallagher, Illy United, Rajat, Colt Jackson, JK, Nick Stevenson, Simon Warner, Boomy, Jonathan. Thank you to all the legends. Walt, the Cake Cadet, Colt Jackson, Hangman, Hoopman, Simon Warner, Ravi, Mark N, Kingslayer, all the Dons and Donesses, Cavalier, Emperor Jerome, Ben, Illy United again there, Nick, United Tactical Talk, the Vootinator, get in there, you legend. He says, smash the like on your way out. Chloe Jenkins, thank you, Chloe. Ashen Duke, thank you very much, bro. Pat, you're a legend, lad. Thanks for the super chat earlier. Madhouse, Hangman, Audits, Your Brain Bot as well. Kingslayer, Leanne, Rajat, Simon Almeida, Jarvis Cocker bringing that fire. Thanks once again, Jarvis, for all your help lately. Nicholas Williams, Kieran, Simon, OP Dragon, Matty Smith, the Hoop Man, 0793. Thank you so much, lads and lasses. Luan France, I hope you're keeping well over there wearing your I Believe t-shirt, you legendess. Duncan Belifo, Simon Warner, Must Play, Dale, Rajat, Johnny. Everyone, thanks for the chat. It's been a great chat tonight. Really appreciate you all watching and hanging out with me and listening to me ramble on and rant about the shithouse Glazers. Let's end with some hashtag Glazers outs. Like, subscribe, comment. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. And just thank you, everyone, for being a part of this community. It's a great community. You can come back afterwards once this video is finished and have your say in the not live comment section. Keep the debate going there. Thank you very much, Amy Stokes, Kate Cadet Lad, JK, OP Dragon, anybody else I missed, Burnow, just everyone. That's it from me, guys. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you all. I will be trying to do at least a stream a day going forward. If not, though, the lads and lasses that have been helping us out, i.e. Jarvis, Cocker, Maisie, over at Devils United, John Shin, people like Griffo Chaz and Eddie's Football Waffle, they'll be doing some stuff as well anytime I can't do the streams, but I'll try and do a stream a day at least and keep the content coming for you legends. And of course, FIFA, look, when I can, I'll be getting back to that as well. Do have my brother staying at the moment with his family, so going to be hanging out with them a little bit and also sorting stuff out for the funeral, which is upcoming. But, stick with me, guys, and we'll keep you up to date with all the latest goings on at the club. Much love, guys. Thank you, Vincent, Ilya, JK, and all the legends. Nearly 2-hour show here tonight, guys. You what? We better end it. Much love to the Bacon Brigade. Come on, United. Hashtag Glazers out. Hopefully, Sheikh Jassim coming very, very soon. Hopefully, some transfer news to speak of in a positive light about Manchester United soon, because it's just all negativity right now surrounding the club, whether it's the owners taking ages to sell, the fact that they're hindering us and stopping us actually progressing in the window, and other clubs such as even Arsenal Hollands are doing business and moving further away from us. It's just a disgrace. So hopefully we've got some positive news to report soon, guys. Stay locked and we'll let you know what's going on. Good night. God bless everyone. Thanks to Rush Mono for the updates throughout, all the moderators for moderating the live chat, all the members for supporting the channel, and everybody who's chatted tonight and got in the stream. Thank you for interacting with me and everyone else on the channel. Good night. God bless. That's it, guys. Piggy loves you. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.